Welcome to the Embrace Strength podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Crocker. I am an experienced trainer and active life professional. I work with people who are struggling with nagging pain to get back to the activities they love without fear of re-injury. This podcast is here to educate and provide value to you on all things health, fitness, staying active, and personal development. Let's dive in.
Hello. Welcome back to the podcast. I promise I am going to post here consistently. I have just had the most insane past few weeks. So let's see. My last podcast was posted January 26th, and a lot has happened over the past few weeks. I'm not going to be sharing about it yet, but it has just been a lot to process and digest and keep things running in my business and all this other stuff. I've just been going through a lot of change, not only in my personal life, but behind the scenes with my business. This whole past month, I've redefined and reworked my messaging, how I do content, how I show up, and it has just been a lot of shifts, all good things, all positive things, and I'm actually feeling really good about all the shifts that I'm making, and I feel great about my content for the first time in literally 2 years, which is such a good feeling. So now I just know I have to keep moving in this direction or whatever, but I had to just take a step back from trying to do every single thing in my business every single week while I was refocusing. So that meant, the podcast has been on the back burner. And ultimately, when you go through things like this in your business in terms of getting more clarity around something or whatever, it is good to have that mindset of, okay, to actually keep these other things going, I have to take a step back and make sure that what I'm even saying or trying to talk about makes sense for what I'm trying to do. I don't know. If you're a business owner, you get what I'm saying. But if you're not a business owner, you're probably like, what is this word salad she's saying? But anyways, this podcast episode is not about a recap or anything. I'm actually going to give you guys some value and talk about that pain does not equal injury or damage. I want to get into this because I know that a lot of people misunderstand pain, and I'm here to set the record straight for you and give you some tangible knowledge, advice, takeaways to implement in your life. Okay, so I really wish more people understood this, especially active adults who are dealing with nagging pain that comes up with exercise or movement. All right, because the truth is that when you're challenging your body, especially in new ways that you haven't before, you're going to experience some level of discomfort. And it's not necessarily bad. Yes, obviously there are some red flag pain signals, but I'm just talking about oh, my knee kind of hurts when I do a split squat, that type of stuff. Or my back is sore after deadlifts, stuff like that, okay? So if you are experiencing pain, this is a signal from your body that the load you are placing on it is exceeding your current capacity. AKA, you're doing too much too soon for the amount of capacity your body currently has. And so when I say the word capacity, that we all wake up with a certain level of capacity for the day, depending on our recovery, our current stressors, and stuff like that. And every single thing we do throughout the day acts as a load on your body that is getting you closer up to that capacity line, okay? And whether you are thinking about it or not, we wake up with a certain amount of load that gets us closer to our capacity, and as we go out through the day, we're just getting closer and closer to our capacity. And so pain happens when we get too close to that capacity line and we exceed that capacity line. Okay, that is when we experience pain and discomfort. So if this is happening to you, you have one of two options, or you have two options. You either need to increase your capacity or decrease the load you're putting on your body to not be in pain or decrease your pain, okay? And let me tell you, you can never go wrong with increasing your capacity. We should always be striving to increase our body's capacity to be able to handle more. Because the more capacity our body has and things that we can handle, the less likely we are to actually get injured. So what are things you can do to increase your capacity? Well, I'm about to tell you. So, number 1, manage your stressors in your life. This goes for work, relationships, how you go about your day, paying attention to your nutrition. Are you eating whole foods? Are you making balanced meals? Or are you just running off of fumes and vibes and then you have no idea why you have no energy, right? Hydration. Are you walking around like a dried up raisin, right? Like if that is you, drink your water. Are you going to bed at night? Are you going to sleep on time? Are you getting enough sleep if you are able to? And get off your phone at night. Are you someone who stays on their phone screen right until you're trying to go to sleep? If that's you, get off your phone, right? Like, put your phone away at a certain time. I recommend, when you're done with work for the day and you're, it's dinner or family time, put your phone away and get off the screen. There are so many different things that you can do and try if you're someone who struggles with looking at your phone too much, which I think we all do. There are different things you can try. App blockers. You can get something called a brick, which is literally a device that can block apps on your phone. You can turn your phone screen on black and white, which is what I've done for the past month to reduce the dopamine that I'm even getting from my phone. And let me tell you, that helps a lot. So I highly recommend that. I actually think I'm going to keep the black and white screen and not turn back on the color because it's been so good for me. But anyways, so lessen your screen time. Next thing, prioritize exercise and moving your body. So not just getting in your strength training and your cardio workouts, but moving your body outside of your 1 hour in the gym. Are you getting in steps throughout the day? Are you getting in movement throughout the day? You can't just let your gym time for 1 hour be the only movement in your day. You have to work in other things throughout your day, walks, getting up, changing your position, things like that. Next up on the list to increase your capacity is working on your mobility limitations. So if you are someone who knows hey, I know that I have mobility limitations in my hips that hold me back from, being able to feel my glutes in a deadlift or am able to get to depth in my squat. Those mobility limitations are a load on your body. So working on improving those, clearing those up can raise your capacity. And then on the similar note, closing the gaps in your strength. If you are somebody who sucks at single leg exercises and you know that, one side feels a lot stronger than the other, working on closing that gap in your strength is going to increase your capacity because that strength imbalance is a load on your body again. So all of these things I just mentioned, that is a lot of things. That is so many things that's within your control, and it can directly improve your pain experience. And a lot of time people think that they can't control what they're dealing with or how their body feels, but actually all those things I just mentioned are within your control, and it's up to you to change them and make those changes. So if you're somebody who you heard that list and you're like, man, I'm not doing any of that shit, that's okay. Literally pick 2 things to start working on. Be consistent with those 2 things for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, however long you need to feel confident and hey, I'm doing these habits consistently, I'm feeling good. And then add in one more thing. You cannot change everything overnight. So even if you just start with a couple of things that are going to move the needle, that is way better than just continuing to be stuck in the same cycle and having your body be stuck in this nagging pain situation, right? So it's there are a lot of things within your control. So it's up to you to start to move the needle. This is exactly how you build a resilient body that you can actually trust again. And I know that if you're listening to this, that is ultimately what you want. So I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. It was a bit of a last minute topic, but I think it's super important, and I hope you got value from it. And if you did get value from it, send this to your gym buddy, send it to your friend, send it to somebody who needs to hear this message, because I want to impact more people with my message and the work that I do in the world. So I appreciate you for being here. If you're listening to this and you're not subscribed to the show, what are you doing? Please subscribe to the show so you don't miss an episode. And I will be back soon with another episode. I promise. Okay, bye.